Good morning, and once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, Pearson at Excel International Maths by Mr. Kamotho. And today I want to introduce topic number 4 under Unit 1, IGCSE, and we're going to talk about shape and space. And within this one, we are going to remind ourselves a few things. And we know that in a circle, basic information, let me call it basic information about circles. Basic information about circles. Probably we may start there and say this: if you happen to have a circle of this nature, and this is the center of the circle O, and this is a radius, and this is a radius, and this happens to be a chord, then the radii are equal, and this is point A and this is point B. So this one is an isosceles. Isosceles triangle. Why isosceles? Because the way we know isosceles triangle to be is a triangle whose two sides are equal. Isosceles triangle. At the same time, if you have a circle, and that circle happens to have a tangent is a line that touches the circle only once, and we are talking about center O, then the tangent meet the radius at 90 degrees. A tangent, this is a tangent, and this is a radius. A tangent meets the radius at 90 degrees. That is another fact that you should also remember. This is fact number 1, and this is fact number 2, and you're going to fact number 3. If you happen to have a circle, and that circle is having a diameter passing through O, that diameter subtends an angle on the circumference, then this angle is 90 degrees. That angle is 90 degrees. A diameter subtends an angle of 90 degrees on the circumference. And you can just say that a diameter subtends an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference. This is quite important. And let's go to fact number 4. If you happen to have a circle which may look like this, never mind my circles, but and then there is a center O, and there is that radius, and there is this chord. If this arc subtends an angle on the circumference of x degrees, then the same arc in the same direction subtends the angle of 2x degrees on the center, at the center of the circle. So the angle subtended by a chord or at the center of the circle is double the angle subtended by the same chord on the circumference of the circle, regardless where it is. Of course, it goes without saying, and the same chord, this is also x. This is also x. Regardless, this is also x. So long as it's subtending that angle in the major segment or in the minor segment in the same direction. Fine. And it goes without saying again, the reverse of this is one of the same things. I want to extend this knowledge to when the chord subtends an angle of y, when this is the minor chord subtending angles. You know, when you're talking about the minor chord from A to B, we are talking about the minor chord. You can see the major chord. So this minor chord subtends an angle of x on the circumference. The same minor chord subtends an angle of 2x at the center of the circle. Now, at this particular point now, I want to explain what happens when you are dealing with a major chord. When you're dealing with a major chord, let's see. This is the major chord subtending angles. The major chord subtending angles. Probably if you talk about the major chord AB, this chord now is the major one because it is of course more than half of the perimeter. It subtends the angle y on the circumference. You can see we are talking about the major chord. From here, this is the major chord. It subtends the angle of y on the circumference. The same major chord subtends an angle of 2y, so this is 2y, at the center of the circle. Please understand that. The major chord. Having said that, of course, we need to remind ourselves about cyclic quadrilateral. And cyclic quadrilateral, we have something like this. Under cyclic quadrilateral, we have something like this. That when we have a chord like this, a quadrilateral is a four-sided figure that fits inside a circle with all vertices of the four-sided figure touching the circumference of the circle. This one is a cyclic quadrilateral. What is special with cyclic quadrilateral? Now we have angle A there, we have X there, we have B there, and we have Y there. It is important to note opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180 degrees. What this means is A plus B, these are the two opposite angles we are talking about, that, and of course that and that. These are the two opposite angles. A plus B will give you 180 degrees, and X plus Y is also going to give you 180 degrees. That is just the special nature of a cyclic quadrilateral. And having introduced that, you can see all these facts, basic information about circles. Please remember to put them at your fingertip even as you move forward. Okay?